Hey guys, welcome to Gaming with Beamerboi's Sword Blox Online Rebirth Basics tutorial. Let's go ahead and get to it. The first place you'll spawn when you log into Sword Blox Online Rebirth is called the Floor Beginnings, and that is the place that you see now, right here. This is the teleport pad that you will land on and everything else. So yeah. To move around in here, you'll use the WASD keys as you do in pretty much every computer-based game. They do have controller support, so if you want to hook up a controller and use those controls, you can. In order to position the camera while you're moving, you have two options. The first option is that you can hold the right mouse button down, as in hold the right click down, and you can move your screen or your character's camera movement based off that way. You can pan left or right as you see on the screen, or you can do what the option that I do, which is what I recommend, which is press the shift key. If you press the shift key, you'll see the mouse cursor turns into more as a reticle, and that will allow the screen to do a shift lock ability, and it allows you to control your camera's angle without having to hold the right click or mouse button or the right mouse button down. As you see now, I'm just moving my mouse without having to hold it down, and I can look up, down, left, right, move everywhere. You can control your character whichever way you want to go. You can run by holding the control button down. So if you hold the control button down, you will run, as you see here. If you press the space bar while standing still or running, you will jump. It causes you to do that. Any movement that you do, whether it's running or jumping or anything else like that, attacking, everything depletes and or causes your stamina bar to go down. So you need to keep an eye on that as you're doing so. Your stamina bar is located below your health bar, up in the top left of your screen. Your health bar is obviously green, and your stamina bar is an orangish / darker red or peach color. Stamina also, as I was saying before, controls everything. It's used by everything: running, jumping, everything, including attacking. So if that goes all the way down to 0, you will not be able to run, you will not be able to jump, and you will not be able to attack or defend yourself if you're fighting or leveling outside. Also, if your health bar is depleted, of course in this game you will die. Just like most other games or MMOs, if your health goes down to 0, you die. Of course, right? In this game, when you deplete that health bar, or when you die in this game, you will lose experience, coal, which is the in-game money, as well as the progress towards your next skill level or SK level. As you see up at the top left hand of my screen, you will see my level is 150 and my SK level is 60.1. If I were to go and die on one of the levels that I am on now, I would die and I would lose that 0.1. I would lose that 0.1 toward my next level of my SK level. You also lose experience, but the game bases that off whatever algorithm it is using at the time in order to be able to see how much you should lose during that situation. Yeah, so there are a few different things you can interact with in the game, and you do so by pressing the X key. As you see with this NPC I just passed, if you hover over him, even if you come up to a sign or a merchant, as you see on the screen it says press X to speak to the NPC. You would do so. So I would press X to speak to the NPC. So of course he's giving me a quest to go kill some boar and everything else like that, and that's fine. We can go ahead and do that. But in order to do that, you would have to select it. So In order to do that, especially if you have your shift lock on, you have to remove the shift lock by hitting shift again. So press the shift button, it will allow your cursor to move freely, and then you're able to select yes or no. I'm gonna go ahead and click no on this, as it's not worth it for me anymore. This is way too low of a level of floor for me. I will go ahead and re-engage the shift lock, and I'll go ahead and continue on. To attack is pretty simple. You have to draw your sword. In order to do that, you press the Q key. It'll bring out your sword. In order to attack, you just press the left mouse button, and you can continue to rapidly click it. It'll, attack as fast as it'll allow you to attack, and you will attack the enemy. That's how you attack. You do, at certain levels, certain skill levels and or sword levels, you gain abilities, different abilities you could use, and you use that by pressing F. I will demonstrate the ability that I have unlocked at this far in the game, and it is called Hard Nail 3. But I just press the F key, and as you see, my sword glows all sparkly and it does damage. And that's how you interact with fighting things. Yeah, you just go up to it and hit it. Of course, when you hit it, you will gain an XP. It'll tell you what level the thing was you killed, XP, coal, and items dropped by it, by the enemy, and you will level up accordingly. I'm actually going to show you guys how to mine ore in the game real quick. I'm just running over there real quick, so just bear with me. I'll get there in a second. I'll probably speed up the video here in a few seconds in order to get there quicker without having to make you wait. A lot better for you guys. You can go up to any ore, as you see we've gotten to here, and you just left click. Your sword can be out if you want it to be out. It doesn't have to be out when you do it. You can put it back up by pressing Q and just run up to any of the ore that you want to, and just press the left click button. There is a cooldown on obtaining or mining the ore, so if I went up to another one right now, sometimes it'll let you do it, sometimes it won't, depending on how far or how quick you've been mining in succession. So that's something to take into consideration. Sometimes it'll let you grab stuff, sometimes it won't. Right now I'm lucky. The other day I was trying to mine ore, it would not let me. Alright, so let's go ahead and, now that we've gotten a few ores, I'll go ahead and I'll run back to the blacksmithing station. I'll go ahead and show you how to blacksmith real quick. It's pretty easy. It's a fun little mini game. Same with fishing. And I'll go ahead and run over there real quick and show you how to do it. It's relatively simple. It's an interactive game. Like I said, it's pretty decently fun and easy, so it's not going to be too difficult to be able to level up your blacksmithing skill, so which is definitely a needed skill in this game. As you see there, when I was running, my stamina went all the way out and it put me right back into a walk. So that's what happens when your stamina runs out. When you get to this, you want to go ahead and unshift lock or take your shift lock off so you can interact easier with the menu when you pull it up. As you see right here, it says press X to start blacksmithing, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Hit X on it. It highlights whatever you have or whatever you can craft at the moment in a grayish color, as you see on screen. If you cannot, it's in a white or even lighter gray and or white color. But I can craft a little bit. I've been trying to level my blacksmithing up, but take some time in this game. So go ahead and click on what we can do. We're going to go ahead and try to do an iron ingot, see if we have enough ingots. We do. It says ready. You click on the strike button when it's when the blue bar is over the white bar. And that's that. That's how you do that. That is the mini game for it. We can see if we can do it again. It made a sound like that's because I don't have enough to do it, but we'll see if we have copper ingots. We'll see if we can do it again just in case. Alright, it says start. You click on the strike button as soon as you get over top of it, and boom. 1 out of 2, 2 out of 2. Crafting copper ingot has completed, and we are good. We have made that ingot. So that is how you level your blacksmithing up. To get out, you would obviously hit cancel again. Of course, if your preferred method of controlling the camera is to hold the right mouse button in, you can do that. As you see here, it'll make you run like this, or you can run like this. And of course, I like the other method, which is use the shift lock, which is press shift, and there we go. Alright, where I'm taking you is I'm taking you over here to a pier that's right outside of the town. Of course, in the town of beginnings, this is floor 2 now, as you've seen when we came through here. There's an area to fish over there as well, but you can just go over here. Sometimes the girl will get in your way, but you hit X just like on the other thing. So hit shift to unshift lock, and then hit X to start fishing. It'll pop up. You'll scroll down here to the strike button where it'll say strike, and then you wait till the fish hook is on a fish, and then you just hit it and you just click it. Sometimes you can get to it, sometimes you can't, but there you go. That's a basic tutorial on how to fish in this game. You hit claim fish. You gotta wait for a 0.25 minute cooldown at the bottom you see over there. And of course, this little NPC lady is in the way. Sometimes she'll get in the way and you won't be able to actually accept the fishing mini game or start it, because her accept quest will be right there as well. So sometimes it's easier to fish in the other area, in the town of beginnings. Now, there's another thing I wanted to go ahead and let y'all know on here, and that is healing. Healing is a weird process. Healing is both simple and difficult, and you might be thinking like, what am I talking about? In order to heal, it is pretty easy. You actually only have to hit the R key. So if you want to heal, press R. It's difficult in the aspect that if you're fighting something, you cannot heal while your sword is out. So for example, if I'm over here fighting, you know, if you're a low level character and you're over here fighting a wolf or something and you're about to die, you won't be able to just hit R and boom, use your health potion and keep on going. You have to actually do a process, which the process that I found to be the easiest for me anyways on how I play is I go ahead and press shift, which will allow me to run still. I can use the right click to move or maneuver. I'll hit the Q key because you have to put your sword up, in which you'll still be able to move your character. You hit the R key. As you see, there's an alert. You have to be able to select that. So you just pick a direction that you're able to run without, you know, preferably away from your threat. You know, let go of the R key. Well, it timed out. Let go of the right click button. Go ahead and click the confirm, and it'll use your healing item of choice. So, you know, of course you want to get back to being able to fight, so go ahead and re-equip your weapon with Q and go ahead and hit your shift button. That way you can release the right mouse button and be able to go back and click fight however you want to click. Use whatever abilities you want to do without having to hold an extra finger down. So that is how that works. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you, which is one of the first things that people usually show people, and that's actually how to actually get to your equipment and show you everything, right? You can't fight, you can't do anything without equipment. So, in order to do that, you have to open your menu. You cannot open your menu while your sword is drawn. So again, you have to put your sword away with Q, and you also would be more beneficial to go ahead and take off the shift lock. Hit tab, it'll open your menu. Shift locks allow, taking the shift lock off allows you to move your cursor freely. Of course, to be able to select any and all of your items or options here in the menu screen. The menu screen also shows your name. As you see, my name is this right here. Shows you the current call, your level, your active weapon, your one-handed skill level, your experience and that you need to be able to get to the next level, and your points that you can invest. To invest your points, you would click, although the shift lock is off, if I clicked invest points, the shift lock stayed off, which is good. Sometimes it doesn't stay off, sometimes it re-engages and you have to take shift lock off again. You would click each one of these buttons, whichever one you want to invest your points in, and you of course can go ahead and hit apply and it'll apply it to where you want it. For any beginner up to your early game, I would go ahead and suggest you invest into basically only defense. You don't even really need strength at this point in time, or any of these other three, from what I've been told and from my experience in this game so far. So if you go ahead and basically stack into defense, you'll be able to survive or be able to make it to any boss and basically leech points off of any of the stronger characters, which will ultimately push you through to the next level and allow you to, you know, slowly but surely take down the enemies and raise your skill level, as well as your actual level, you know, so to get more defense. When you get into the higher game or in game, you can of course come in here with 90 Robux and go ahead and reset and place the attribute points that you want in the actual in-game areas that you may want them in. And yeah, so that'll cost you about 10 bucks to do so, which is not too expensive. Okay, so if we click on the first thing, you have your items. You can go ahead and click your items. It'll bring up all the items that you may have in your that you do have in your inventory that you've collected, be it from boss drops or, you know, on the ground mining, whatever, or what you may have bought in the store. The skill screen shows you your skill screen. This is your first skill, which is Reaver. Then you get Sharp Nail 2, Sharp Nail 3, and then Gale Slicer. Gale Slicer is your dual wield ability. That's your dual wield skill, your dual wield ability. So yeah. Equipment is exactly what it says, is your equipment. I will show you how to take some off and put on another one. For example, right now I'm running a sword and shield. If I wanted to dual wield my two Eludicator 6 swords, I would click it and I have a dual wield button right here. I would just click it, it would remove my shield and put me another sword on there. If I wanted to go back to it, I could just click the shield. It'll give me a list of shields. The only one, or the top level one I have right here, is the Laurel shield. Click it, press the play button. Play button will equip your items. The other buttons, that will drop your item, that equips it. This dual wield equips it, and this right here is an inspect button. That's why it's a magnifying glass. It'll show you exactly what you're running, or what it does for you. Appearance is appearance. You can turn on your hair, your helmet, swords on back, on and off if you own that option, or your cape on or off. That way, if you want to look how you want to look, you have that option. If you click on the second button, it's more for the multiplayer aspect. You click on players, it will show you if the people are around you. I'm off in the bushes, so there's nobody around me at this point in time, so which is okay for me right now, as this is a tutorial video. But if there were people around me, it would show you and give you options to join them into a group with you, or whatever on that aspect. Friends is friends, it shows you who is online or not out of your friends list. Guild option lets you choose. It says enter your guild's Roblox ID group. You must be a member in the guild's Roblox group, not the SBR game group. Current change fee is 15,000 coal. So if you want to go in there and get out of a guild or whatever, or possibly start one, I'll do a video in the future on how to make a guild once I decide to make one. But from just reading this shows you can change the guild that you're in, or leave one, or get into another one by paying the 15,000 coal. The store is the store. This is where the game developers are monetizing their game. Now each one of these come with a different type of perk that you can get, and of course here's your boosters. Of course you get sword skill, XP boost, or drop rates, everything else like that. I haven't personally used any of these, even being in the game for about a week now, and I'm still level 150, 260 skilled level, and haven't had too much help, you know, getting through anything. Although there are a lot of people that help people in this game. You know, they don't just, there are some people who like to, you know, be mean and not help people through of a boss, but there's other people in here that are trying to see people succeed just as I am. With that being said, I would highly suggest you getting what I'm actually using, which is the Black Swordsman gear Game Pass, which cost I think it cost me 700 Robux, just as the Blue Swordsman here does. The Black Swordsman, of course, is basically Kirito's gear from Sword Art Online. You get the sword, you see the eludicator, and you also get the armor, which is the black worm coat. So you get the eludicators and this, which you can grab these from the Game Pass vendor or merchant up in the weapon shop on the floor of beginnings. The reason why I would suggest getting these is these items, the armor and the swords, level with you. So it is great for beginners. Once you're leveling, you don't have to worry about going and buying another thing of armor or a sword up until level 270. Now once they hit 270, anything after 270, then you're definitely going to need to either craft or have somebody make for you, or buy it from somebody, or however you want to do that. So, alright. Of course, as inboxes, if you got any messages, they would be here, but this feature is actually not implemented into the game yet. You can trade with people, but as you read this right here, you have to unequip the items that if you're going to trade them, that you wish to trade with somebody. Also try not to scam somebody. The players, you can also trade with those people who are nearby you, or people who are close to you. They don't have to be like right in front of you. They can be in the general area, but their name has to be exact. That means if their name has certain capitals or certain characters in it, you need to have their name typed in absolutely correctly, or it will not go to them. It will go to somebody else. You can call a GM if you would like to, even if it says on here, it says you can report player names who are doing exploits or abusing game bugs. Do not misuse this, you know, because if you, it says it right here, if you misuse this ability, you can result in a ban. That means do not call them to say hi or anything like that. This looks like a GPS symbol, as you see, so that's why the map is on here. You click it and it'll show you a thing, a layout of the land that you're on. It does not, in fact, show your movement on here, so you can't like look at it and make sure you're going the right way. You just have to look at it and then kind of position yourself to where you think you are. It's not an interactive map. I can't click on it or anything, get it and turn it or do anything else like that. But as we see, I'm near a waterfall and a body of water, so I am here, guys. I'm actually about right here where my cursor is. Quest will show you any active quests that you have going on. It would also show you the quests that you have completed and how many times. I'm pretty sure how many times that you have completed them. So yeah, it'll show you if it is a one-time only quest, or it'll show you also if it is a repeatable quest. Of course, stats is stats. It'll show you where your stats are in smithing skill, one-handed, two-handed, rapier, dagger, duels won, duels lost, players killed, deaths, and the highest floor you are on. As you see, I'm only doing one-handed for right now, and that's why I like to play as the one-handed, so I can duel with, just like Kirito and Sword Art Online. Of course, the last button is not least. You can click this for help, log out option, and of course options. Options are similar to the other options up there in appearance. You can turn your player home privacy on to where it's just you. If you buy a home in game, you can let people go in it if you would like, or you can just use it for yourself. Music ambience, you can turn it on. Passive mode, this is one of the things that is available in your store under the game passes. I would recommend this highly. It would also cost you about 700 Robux, which is about, like I said, another $10. This allows it so you can't be PK'd or player killed. Players cannot come over and kill you and reset your hard-earned XP and or skill level that you're trying to level up, except for on 2 other floors at this moment in time. Maybe in the future when they add more floors, that might be, you know, added to other floors that will also be what they call hell floors, which are all the passes to protect you are turned off. Players can kill you. But on all floors other than 6 and 13 at this moment, they can't kill you. They can't ruin your hard-earned XP. Those are, I would say, a must. Alright, let's see. Alright guys, well I think for that fact right there, we are about done for today. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have found the information useful and it makes your experience in Sword Blox Online Rebirth a fun one. And a better experience than just getting slammed by not knowing what to do. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, as doing so will help the YouTube algorithm push my content out to more people so we can grow together as a gaming community. Thanks for watching and hope to see you next time.